Hello everyone, so today is International Booker Longlist Day. I haven't checked it yet, I think it was announced like 20 minutes ago. So I'm going to check now and walk with you through the list and see what I might or might not read. Okay, so I immediately see the Wax Child, which I'm interested in for a long time, and the director by Daniel Kellman, who has previously been nominated for this prize, and a lot of people were saying good things about it. So that's okay. The Nights Are Quiet in Tehran by Shida Basar, translated from the German. That sounds interesting. Oh, We Are Green and Trembling. I have read that one by Gabriela Cabezon Camera. I really like Gabriela Cabezon Camera. She does magic with language. So yeah, that was not my absolute favorite, but I really enjoyed that one. The Remember Soldier by Anjet Danje, translated from the Dutch. I haven't heard about. The Deserters by Matthias Enard from the French. I haven't heard about it. Small Comfort by Ia Grunberg. She was also nominated previously. I haven't read her. Have I? I think I might have read her other book, but obviously didn't leave a very big impression on me. She Who Remains by Renee Karabash, translated from Bulgarian. The director, as I already said, On Earth as It Is Beneath by Ana Paula Maya, translated from the Portuguese. Oh, it's Charco Press. Interesting. So that immediately is interesting to me. The Duke by Matteo Melchiorre from Italia. The Witch by Marie Daya, translated from the French. I think she has also been nominated previously. Women Without Men by Shashnur Pasipur, translated from the Persian. And that, just the title sounds interesting. The Wax Child, as I said, and Taiwan Travelogue by Yang Shuaxi, translated from Mandarin Chinese. So, as first impression, it looks very, very European. There is a Persian, Mandarin Chinese, and everything else are European languages, even though, well, Gabriela Cabezon Camera is from Argentina, and there might be others from South America, maybe, or Africa, but majority is European. Okay, that's interesting. I need a minute to check what each of these books exactly are and which ones I'm actually interested in and which ones I have access to and all that fun stuff, and I'll come back to you and give you a little bit more of my thoughts. Okay, I'm back and I have checked more or less what each book is about and how accessible it is to me, and this is the conclusion I've reached so far. So I am not interested in The Remember Soldier by Anjet Danje, because it's about a soldier coming back from the First World War and the psychological effects that had on him. Not super into war stories, so whatever. Small Comfort by Greenberg, I'm also not super interested in. I had not read the other book, but I was like thinking about reading it, and just the description sounds very blunt to me, and I just don't feel like I want to. Then The Director by Daniel Kellman, I think I am much more interested in his previous book. This one is about a film director. I'm not into film, so it just doesn't match my interest. I would rather read his first book first, and if I like his writing, maybe I'll consider taking this one. Then The Duke by Matteo Melchiorre is about kind of the dynamics of a small village in the Dolomites and like the, not class system, but like someone that is supposed to be the Duke and like oversees everyone else. Again, not super interested into that. I'm also not interested in The Witch by Marianne Daya, just because I have read previously from her. She's an African author from, I don't remember where exactly, but I have read from her Three Something Women, Trois Femmes Puissantes in French. I read it in French, and it didn't give me any impression, and this one had a 3.1. in Storygraph. So not very sure that's for me. And then some that I might be interested in, The Deserters by Matthias Enard. It is also about war, which I'm not super into, but it is in like 2000s war, so a little bit more interesting. On Earth as It Is Beneath by Paula Maya is sort of like a horror thriller thing, which I'm not super interested in, but it's like the other elements of it could work, so that's a maybe. And then Women Without Men by Sharush Parispour. It's supposed to be written originally in the 80s in Iran, and it was banned, and she had to move on because of the way she portrayed the life of women. And that, like, the story behind the book sounds like more interesting than the book itself. The book itself is just like about everyday lives of women, and I assumed that it was going to show like the desires and the intelligence of these women, which was not very accepted in Iran. But as a book, it doesn't sound super interesting. It's more interesting like the story behind than the book itself. And then Taiwan Travelogue by Yang Xuanxi. It's, I think, a lesbian love story from like a Japanese and a Taiwanese, something like that. Interesting enough, but yeah, not something I'm like super excited to read. And then the ones that I think I'm probably going to read, The Nights Are Quiet in Tehran by Shida Basajar. It's about current day Tehran, as I understand, and it is also available in BookBeat, so that sold me out on it. And She Who Remains by Renee Karabash, which is about this very interesting cultural thing in Albania that I have read another book before. There's this practice in the villages that if there is only one woman as like the bloodline, they kind of remain behind and become men. I think it's about that. It basically talks about like Albanian culture, and that sounds very interesting, and it's also in BookBeat, so that one I'm going to read. And then the other one I want to read for sure is The Wax Child by Olga Raven. That one is not available anywhere, but I will probably buy it somewhere. And that one I have been interested since I knew it was coming out. So it doesn't sound as appealing to me as her other books, because this one is historical fiction as far as I understand, a little bit of horror. But it's Olga Raven, so I want to read it. So yeah, those three I think almost for sure I'm gonna read, and then the other ones I'll see. I think the Taiwan Travelogue might sound the most interesting of the other ones, and maybe the On Earth as It Is Beneath, just because it's published by Charco Press, and I really like Charco Press. Those two are like the most likely after the three that I mentioned. But yeah, those are my thoughts in the list. Let me know if you want to read any of them, if you have anything else that you would like to know, and until next video, bye!